Look at my plants. So I was just watching another reading, and it reminded me of. I said I was going to. How do you end karmic cycles? Ending karma for yourself and starting karma for your enemies. That is when you go into your purpose. I had a lot of things happen to me. So let me start from my experience in my life. In July of 2022, I reached out to this man because he was in a bad car accident. And I was extending my love and kindness, right? Because God put it on me to talk to this man. So I did. The more and more as I poured into I guess, his cup, encouraged him, brought him closer to his daughter and his niece, because again, I can see generational curses. I can see generational patterns. I don't want another person to go through what I went through. And I saw that happening in his family with the relationship with his daughter and the relationship with his niece. I don't have a good relationship with my uncles, nor do I have a good relationship with a father figure. So I didn't want it to repeat. But these people took my weakness as kindness. It wasn't just him, it was the people around him. They took my weakness for kindness and they thought they could break me. Destiny swap, right? When you did a reading and you found out who I really am, right? The thing about it though, this man ended up being my twin flame, because he was the catalyst of my spiritual awakening. This was all in a span of 2022, after July of 2022, 2023, and 2024. 2024 is when shit happened for real. Excuse my language. Well, okay, let's back up. So in September of 2022, I had a rotten tooth. And it was just bugging me. And it was almost breaking me. And so I said, you know what, forget it. Now, I didn't understand. I had a part-time job for almost a year. And in July of 2022, I had to upgrade my Medi-Cal. So I put my part-time job on there, and I was able to get rid of the debt that I had with Western Dental before. And then I was able to start getting things done. So I called Western Dental in September 2022, set an appointment for October of 2022. And then I actually had my rotten tooth removed in November of 2022. That brought life back into me. Lord, it brought the life back into me that I was able to eat food and I wasn't in pain, or I had to pick food out my tooth. Like, that brought on a new beginning. Then it's because I do want to have friends and I do want to be around people. But it's like people keep using me. I keep getting hurt. So then that year or that month, I had joined a cult and not even understood that it was a cult until after I was baptized. And then I was scared because I'm like, okay, it was a cult, and that it was day one, and that was only one day. I joined and I left. And then I was like, God, they have my name. And by the time, my name was Felicia Timmons. And I was like, God, I was worried. And I talked to God, because I'm a direct channel to God. So I talked to God and I said, God, they have my name. Like, they have my name. Oh my God, they have my name. That's all I could say. And he said, that's not the name that I have for you. And I go, oh, so I must be changing my name to my real dad's name. That was the first confirmation. And that was in November of 2022. Then, okay, I continued going to the dentist on and off. But it was so many obstacles in my way that it took me forever to get the things that I needed done. So then, thank God, I finally get my rotten teeth out. I get them, they were rotten, so I finally get them out in July of 2023. That brought more life to me. I had a wisdom tooth removed in June of 2023. That brought life to me. That brought even more life to me. Like, I was more alive. And then, so everything is going good, right? One of my coworkers, the team lead, retires in August of 2023. 2023, yes. And so I become team lead because everybody felt that I should be team lead. But I feel like my other coworker had other plans. It was very difficult during fall of 2023 to lead online. And I found out it was because he was telling people that he was team lead. Spring 2024, it was difficult. I remember one time that it was really difficult because we were really behind in online orders. And I'm trying to lead, trying to tell people, we can't print right now because the system is down. And I couldn't really leave online for too long, because then this coworker of mine would just try to take over, and he didn't know half of the things he was giving orders on. So that's why I felt like I could never leave online. So I left online for a minute to go to lunch. He was sitting at the table, and I didn't want to go to lunch, but I had to go to lunch. And so I explained to everybody again, I still can't print. The system is still down. Well, he goes and tries to print orders. And when I take about maybe 5 minutes, and then I go back up because I'm like, okay, something is going on. I felt it. I sensed it. So I came up. There was a paper in his printer, and I looked at it, and it was the same type of paper that would come out when it says that when the system is down.